was in the Marine Corps. All right, yeah, you can look at these. Look at the
Of
hair,
course,
right?
you
Yeah.
look exactly like you've been in battle.
All right, so when I was in the Marines, we had it was like E1, E2, E3. Then when you hit E3, you have a chance to be an E4, and that means you're considered what's called a non-commissioned officer. You're not a fucking officer. You're like in charge of a bunch of jabronis. All right, you're so
Mhm.
that's you're not really. You're just in charge of about three people. So, but what happens is if you're an NCO, and then you're like the boss. So you have a title. You've officially crossed the bubble or whatever you want to call it, right? So, but if you're an E3, you can be an E3 for freaking ever, dude. Like, and that's called a lance corporal in the Marines. So you can be a boot lance corporal or a salty ass lance corporal. Let me tell you what the difference. A boot
What's
lance
the difference?
corporal, the difference is the lance corporal like just got promoted. He just became the guy. He's a boot. They call him a boot. And I don't know where the hell that term comes from. He's just boot. Like, oh, that dude's a straight boot. He's green, and then you have a
Yeah.
salt dog. You have a salty ass Lance Corporal. Now, I don't like to brag, but I was a straight salt dog.
So salt because you've been there longer. Is
I've
that
been
it?
in that same position for a long ass time. So technically that makes you another word they call you a shit bag. So it's like,
Yeah.
damn, it's like this guy can't get promoted. This guy can't get move up. Eventually I did, but the point is I really did. And I was sat there forever and ever, right? So I had seniority, informal seniority, right?
Informal.
Informal, and that's the key
Okay.
word. It's informal seniority. So the culture that we lived in, everybody knew, oh, he's, even the people, the bosses that were the corporal who was like an E4, who's my boss, they wouldn't fuck with me because I'm a salty ass last corporal. I know my job, I know my shit. I can get away with a lot more, and I got a little bit of gravitas. There's a word for it. Yeah, I got a little,
Gravitas.
got a little bit of gravitas. Not grab
And
your
now
ass.
I need to know what gravitas means. Never heard it.
Gravitas means when you have a little bit of stroke. You have a little bit. People look at you and there's almost like an aura to you. You're like, wow, he's got gravitas. Like, wow, like,
Like cachet,
oh,
like pizzazz. What?
yeah, he's got like another one I like to use, swag. There you go. He's got,
Or like swag.
but not
Okay.
really swag. See, gravitas means respect. You got
Mm.
respect. And when you walk into the room, it doesn't matter if people are your boss or below you. You walk in with like you got a little bit of swag. Your word means something. So in the Marine Corps, I was a salty ass Lance Corporal. That means I have a little bit of gravitas, a little swag, a
Hmm.
little walk to me. I mean, I don't do anything wrong, but I don't do anything right. I just do it. Does that make
I
sense?
get it.